Hello everybody, WoW Guides here, bringing you a little bit of a guide to help you maximize your questing time, or minimize your questing time rather, as much as possible. This is for whether you want to get 3 days to just 2.5 days, whether you want to beat your friend when you guys are racing to level 100, you're racing your friend next expansion to get max, or even if you're going for world first. This is the guide for you. Now the first thing you're going to want to understand is obviously what class you're playing. What is your class good at? What does it excel at? Another thing you want to understand is times it's good to do a dungeon, times it is not. And clearly the only way you're going to know what those times are is by looking through at your own class and understanding what are the best times to do a dungeon. Is it worth queuing up for a dungeon if I'm DPS? If you're tank, is it worth dungeon spamming at some point? You gotta know that. However, this will be a very general guide. This is gonna help every class in a soloing respect. So, what do I want to go over first? Take advantage of every ability your class has that can help you maximize your level time. For instance, if I am a mage, say I'm going around picking up items, someone's about to steal an item from me, blink, there, I'm right up to it. Someone's about to kill a quest mob, Ice Lance, it's mine. Say, I don't know, I need to tag a mob in a second, use my pet. Have all that, under control. Hey, there's a bunch of little mobs here. Is it better to Cone of Cold or is it better to Blizzard? Every single thing has to be taken into account. Should I be stacking Mastery? Should I be stacking Haste, Crit? You need to take that into account. All these things are going to help you out in the long run. Especially if you're playing a class like maybe even a Fire Mage, where Crit's very important. However, that doesn't help every class. But you do definitely need to understand what you're playing. You need to be good at what you're playing. And you definitely need practice, I'll tell you that. Now, some very general ideas of questing. Now, there's a lot of different types of quests. You have speaking quest, kill/grinding quest, timed quest, escort quest, side quest, main quest, activity quest, machinery/mass kill quest, and gathering quest. I'm going to go over every single one. One thing you're going to want to know is which type of quest is my class best at. My class best at this quest, this quest, this quest, that quest. Know what zone has a lot of those quests in it. Go there. And if it's another expansion and obviously you don't know, then understand what order you should be doing these quests in based on how quick you'll be able to do each one. Taking everything into account, get that time nice down and crisp. Speaking quests. Speaking quests are quests where you either turn in a quest to someone or you just pick it up and your only instruction is to go and talk to somebody. On these quests will give very low XP, however will you typically introduce you to a new questing hub. So good in that respect. So those quests aren't necessarily bad because they usually bring you to a new questing hub or they get you a new quest. Something. They always do something. They don't just tell you, hey, talk to this guy, and then that's it. So whenever you have a speaking quest, understand you're going to be going to another quest hub or you have an ability to go to another quest hub. Next. Kill/grinding quest. Those, it sounds exactly how it is. Just quests where your only instruction is run around and kill crap. So, kill 10 boars, kill grinding quest. Kill 10 harpies, same thing. Now I didn't have it as a separate one. I just kept it in the same. There are obviously quests where the only thing you're supposed to do is kill one big guy. Now some people call these bit large monster quests. I decided just to keep it into kill/grinding quests. A kill quest would be kill this guy. A grinding quest would be kill 10 of these, you know, along those lines. Another thing you want to know, at all lower levels, well, you should know anyway, but at all lower levels, you're going to want to know every rare spawn's location. Every single one. Because at low levels, rare spawns give quite a bit of XP. So you're going to want to know where those low level ones are. At higher levels, you're going to only want to go there if you know you're going to have some gear from it. And if it's a new expansion and no one knows, hey, take the risk, take the chance, figure it out. That's part of the risk of trying to get world first, beat your friend or whatever. It's never going to be easy. Next, you have timed quests. There are not a lot of timed quests in the game. You can easily get from 1 to 100 without even looking at a timed quest. But a timed quest is where you have to do something in a certain amount of time, which would be something along the lines of, there's a quest in Borean Tundra where you have to go retrieve Kodos and then just ride them back to the farm camp. But you have to do it within 10 minutes, which you can do it in like 2 minutes really, but you know, it's still a timed quest, right? So there's quests like that, and that's one of the only time quests that's even like I can think of off the top of my head. There's so few in the game, so that the timed quest one, you might not even come across one, so I don't really need to get too into that one since, you know, there's not really a lot to be said. The next one, you have escort quest. Escort quests, everyone knows, they're iconic for being those quests. The ones that just suck. The ones where the guy you're escorting moves too freaking slow. That's what they're known for. And that's true. However, escort quests typically give you a good amount of XP though, due to what you had to do to actually get them out of wherever they are. Escort quests typically give a good amount of XP, which is nice. So that's just something to keep in mind. So if you have an escort quest, it might take a little bit of time, but understand. Do you think it'd be quicker to do that escort quest, or do you think it'd be quicker to continue your grinding quest? Now there are main quest, escort quests. For instance, Urel in the Tannin Jungle event, right when you get here at 90, and then, you know, that's just one I assume most people would be able to relate to. But there are some mandatory escort quests, but a lot of them aren't. A lot of them are side quests, but we will get to that on the next one. So you have side quests. Side quests are quests that do not have to be done to progress in the zone. So for instance, if you're trying to progress in Frostfire Ridge and then there's like a random like gnome like, hey, can you go find my goggles, and you go get his goggles, bring him back, and that's it. He doesn't give you a quest to go speak to someone else or anything. It's basically just it after that. Those are called side quests. Quests that are not critical to the story, mean nothing to the story, you're not going to really hear about again. Those are speaking quests, or sorry, my bad, those are side quests. Not a whole lot to be said here, just a side quest. Now, are side quests worth doing? That's up to you to decide. Typically, side quests are worth doing, especially at higher levels. So I'd say at higher levels, you definitely want to do side quests. But at lower levels, you can just stick to the main quests and be fine, really. Next, you have main quests. Main quests are quests that are critical to the progression of the zone, where you cannot progress in the zone without completing one of these main quests. Every single main quest has to be completed for you to be able to progress in the zone entirely. Now, there are even main quests that you do not exactly have to do, and the reason you don't exactly have to do them is because either A, you leave the zone first, B, you know, you really don't want to do it and you say it's quicker to do a dungeon right now. Things like that. You have your own reasons to or not to do a main quest. But typically, if you're leaving that area, if you're leaving that zone, go ahead and skip it. You don't sit in the zone just to main quest. Just don't. If you have a new zone to go to it. Next, you have activity quests. Now, activity quests are called point-and-click quests. They are called activity quests. They are called stupid quests. And they are called just go here and do that quest. Now, activity quests are quests where it's like, for example, go here and then activate the ritual. So that would be like, go to a location, right click on it, wait 2 seconds, and then come back. That's an activity quest. A quest where you don't exactly have to kill something for it. Some activity quests you have to kill things for, but one where you just have to go there, perform an activity, perform some action, and then you just go back. Those quests are usually given with grinding quests. Like if you're at a quest hub, you will likely see that along with a grinding quest from there, or another, like a bunch of other quests from there. It's usually not those quests are usually not alone, but just gotta add it in there. Activity quests, not a lot to say about it. It's just go here, click this button. Not a whole lot into it. Machinery / mass kill quest. Machinery / mass kill quest are quests where you have to get into this cannon and then shoot down all the proto drakes that fly by. Something like that. Get into this tank and run over these mobs and then light these on fire and then run into this so it explodes. That is a machinery / mass kill quest. The quest where you see kill 400 Frostweave mages. Obviously, they don't want you to get up, kill 400 Frostweaves by hand. So if you ever see a quest where you have to kill something, and the number is higher than, like, I'd say if it's higher than 20, typically it's a machinery quest. Now, there are quests in Blade Edge Mountain where you have to kill 30, things like that. Aside from quests like those where they're like very iconic even for killing so many, it's likely machinery / kill quest. Read the quest or look around for a cannon, you'll find it. Then you have gathering quests. Gathering quests are quests where you have to run around and collect 8 berries and bring them back to the bear. Run around, collect 10 of these, bring them back to the quest giver. That's a gatherer or / collection quest. That's what it is. Not a whole lot to it. These are also typically given with another quest. Now, there are gathering quests where you only have to get 1 item. There's gathering quests where you have to get 20. However, every single gathering quest, no gathering quest is going to be like, oh, gather these and then usually do something else. That's not usually the case. There are some where it's like, gather these and then kill this mob, and it's usually a boss mob, but it's usually not the same quest. It's usually just at the same hub. You do them separately. They're the last type of quest, which I didn't even mention earlier, but I guess I probably should just for educational purposes. Dungeon quests. Dungeon quests are quests where you get them in dungeons and the quest is done within that dungeon. They give they give more experience, and at lower levels they typically give more experience, and they help you out a lot. However, you do have to be in the dungeon to do them. Another one which I didn't mention earlier is daily quests. Daily quests, while you're leveling, you're not going to be running into them, but they're there. So we're just going to quickly brush over them. Daily quests are quests you can do daily. You can only do them once. You can come back and do them once a day. That's what a daily quest is. Then you got your weekly quest, which is another one I didn't mention at the beginning. Your weekly quests are quests that you can do once a week, if you couldn't guess. Not a whole lot to be said after that. So you got weekly quests, and daily quests, and dungeon quests, which I didn't mention. You may or may not even run into these unless you're going to a dungeon, really. But for as far as daily and weekly quests, over the leveling process, you're not going to run into them. That was actually so. Daily quest, you have a blue. Weekly quest, you have an orange or blue, and then regular quest, you have a yellow for the exclamation mark. So that's all I got on questing. Another thing I want to mention just real quick: use your buffs. Use your buffs. Now, ironically, this whole video I didn't have that buff on, but make sure you're using your class to its advantage. For instance, like I'm a mage, so on this character at least. So what do I have? I can set a big thing. I can set my Hearthstone anywhere in the quest zone, and then I can port to major cities. The fact that I have the ability to do all those things, you know, I can really play around that, and I really use that to my advantage. So just make sure you're taking everything into account. Like on this mage, like if I'm Frost, I have the pet, I have all my freezes, all my slows, my ice lance crits, my icicles, everything, you know. Use everything to your advantage, everything possible. That is all I've got today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you guys in the next one.